Hey, how's it going? Welcome back to Danny's Toy Box. Thanks for stopping in. Well, I got a bit of a treat for you guys tonight. To start off with, I'm going to do my review of G.I.JOE Classified 176, the Grim Viper. I got him, I think it was Thursday. And I also got a new computer console for my lab. Plus, a little bit last night and some today, I've got two new scenes set up to put Mr. Grim Viper in. Just add in, see how he looks in a couple different battle scenes actually. So without further ado, it's the gentleman of the hour. Now, he doesn't look bad, but given that he's Cobra, I'm, not 100% digging the green and brown, although it makes sense, I guess or if he's more forest jungle, but he seems more heavy weapons to me. Well, I've noticed on here, I don't have the Saw Viper, haven't gotten him yet, but other creators have spoke of the Grim Viper, saying the vest is from the Saw Viper, and I can see what they mean. But I mean, overall, especially if you're going to use them in a forest or a jungle setting, the pattern works pretty well. And I've already done all the joints and stuff like that. Just do a couple here and there. I don't waste time with that. Same thing with opening the package on the video. I do every once in a while, but for the most part, I get him open, play with him a little bit, set him up with some scenes, see how he looks, and then share it, in my opinion, on it with all you fine people here on YouTube. So looks overall, it's a bit different, but I'm kind of digging it because he'll go good, especially in, like I said, forest jungle setting. And the scenes I have set up to show you guys shortly, one is a forest setting and the other is a city street. But we'll get to that in a few. Well, let's gear him up. He's got the sheath here. Yes, on this figure, I do know where all the knives go. I kind of won't let myself go on that one for a while. I still feel like such a knucklehead for that. And the holster for his sidearm. Put your arm down. You're not a Nazi. You're a Cobra. All right, well, start off with, we got, you're going to stay. All right, we got this little blade here. Yeah, let's do one of these. Kind of puts me in mind of the blade for the Cobra Trooper, the basic Cobra Trooper. That one goes on the sheath on his waist. Then we got, come on, let the people see you. Got this knife here, shiny, bigger. Won't have to chrome that one up. That looks good all on its own, as long as it stays that way. That one goes on his leg. And dude, you haven't even been on duty yet, and you're already falling over drunk. What's wrong with you? All right, and his sidearm. Bring it in a little better. And it's got the extended clip on it. Not a bad looking gun. And the port for the blast effects. Then we come to his backpack, which has obvious communication equipment here. I might have to do a little bit of modifying on there, like the buttons. I like the extra bullets he's got here. Then we got the tank up here. We got the walkie-talkie on this side, and it does not come out. That kind of sucks. pouch on both sides. And here for one of the guns for the range Viper, I believe. I saw that on another review of this guy. And I don't have a range Viper. So I'm sure I could find a gun that'll, connect on there and it'll have extra weaponry. This goes into the back pretty smooth. And he's got this tube here. Goes into a hole in the back of his helmet head, which I'm wondering if, especially with this tank here, if it's an air supply and maybe even connection to communications type of deal. That's what I think, so I'm sticking to it. Here you go, Grimmy. And then he comes with the big Gatling gun. Even though I think they could have went a different way with a different weapon instead of giving the Cobra Joe's signature weapon, which of course is Roadblock's gun. Although I do like these little hash marks on the bottom counting off how many people he's taken out. That is kind of cool. But I might, for now, I'm going to put this with him. But in future scenes or whatnot, I'm going to look and see what different guns I have, what might suit him, and give him something different. Well, I'm just pop that hand on there. It's the same thing as getting Roadblock ready with his gun. Arm on there. Get up there, we'll get to you in a minute. And he is ready. Bend that elbow a little bit. There you go. He is ready to ventilate some Joes. Let me give him a turn pose like that. And will he stand? He will not. Lean it back a little further. There we go. And it's funny, I don't know if it's just a factory defect or what, but the little holes on the minigun, there's only like one or two of them which will actually fit a blast effect. I think they were made a little too shallow, but that's all right because I have a solution for that. This is supposed to be a ricochet blast from one of my orders from Super Action stuff, I believe it was, and you can't seem to stand up. But what's cool about this thing is you can pivot it in different directions, kind of deal. So yeah, rat-a-tat-a-tat-a-tat-a-tat. Bang, 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 bang. Everybody's dead. I'm gonna go have a sandwich. So yeah, that's the Grim Viper, folks. Not a bad looking figure. Not a bad figure at all. I mean, he's clearly put together with a little bit of mishmash of other characters' parts. But I don't mind so much because they flow well together. The only thing that kind of gets me is the Gatling gun. You could have given him, a different gun than the Gatling gun. That would be equally as intimidating, or almost as. But I'm going to see him as my heavy weapons. Sorry, taking a sip of tea there. Yeah, clearly heavy weapons, given what gun he's got. And like I said, I set up a couple of scenes for him. See what you guys think. But before we do that, scoot him over to the side for a second and show you my other latest acquisition, which is this computer console. Bunch of buttons here, little slots, and all these guys, buttons down here, and all these dudes for changing levels, I'm assuming. These are pretty cool. Looks like I already had one that was finished. He's over by the big tank in the lab, or the big, where I usually have my face huggers at in the lab, in the big box. And yeah, I got this one from Reliving the Past Again a couple of years ago. And this is what I did with it. Sticker, I believe, is from Reliving the Past Again as well. So there's that. And the biggest reason why I got this is because of this. This is my second big computer bank that I got from, I think it's Stuff SI on eBay. I'm clearly still in the process of painting it, and that process is when I feel like continuing with it, because I've done a little bit clearly, and then it's just sad. It's as any other artist can attest to, it's all a matter of either having time to do it or the desire to work on it, and I had neither lately. But as I get more done, I will take and show you what I got there. I was thinking about taking these two and setting them in a whole different space instead of having a second big tank in there. Maybe in like my power room, where I'll have these, and on the other side of the glass will be this guy. I think that might look pretty cool. Yeah, I yanked this out of the lab so I could show you guys. I wanted to do a comparison. That I'm going to take a couple pictures to send to the seller when I do my review on eBay. I always give a review for anything I got on there, because I think I can count on one hand and have fingers left over how many times I got something and was disappointed from eBay. Not often. Not often at all. And this seller is, he makes great stuff. Clearly it's all 3D printed, but still, he makes great stuff. Now, if you guys will give me just a moment, I'll gather up all my crap and Mr. Grim Viper and show you the scenes that I've got set up. Alright, let's start out right here. My newly remade city scene. Got Cobras on one side. Joe's clearly outnumbered on the other. And we'll do a little zoom in. I'll show you what's going on here. Sorry. Yeah, I put up some different drawings too. Spider-Woman, Vermin, and Spidey 2099. So this would have some background instead of just being plain wall. Yeah, I took the other three that were up there down. So let's start over here. Oh, it's kind of dark. Sorry, the lighting isn't the greatest in this part of the room. We got a whole mess of Cobra Vipers. There's an officer in there, Frag Viper. And then holding up the front are my 4 Alley Vipers. Let's see if I can get it. There you go. Better view of what the Joes are facing. Plus Night Viper up there. We'll go down. Got Duke and Falcon taking point. Rock and Roll back there. Airborne up there. Or Grunt right there, sorry. Rock and Roll right there. And Roadblock taking the high ground. Now the Joes are already clearly pretty hard pressed in this battle. But what if another element was added? Such as this. Grim Viper come bursting out the door with that big boy. I didn't feel like taking the time out to take and put some wounds on Falcon, because he's already clearly been cut in half. Yeah, I think that looks pretty cool. Oh, and here I'll get a little bit more of a close-up on the city scene here, because I've changed a couple of things. I'm so loving having these stairs here. When I change the forest scene, I'm gonna make this leading straight up to more city area. And since it's right here anyway, I'll give you a long view. Again, battle with Joes and the Cobras. I think that turned out pretty well. Get a little closer. Whoop, 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 whoop. Sorry about that, guys. Sorry if I made anybody seasick. But yeah, I think that looks pretty slick. That grenade launcher is from the DC Rick Flag character. I got him because I thought it would make for, good fodder for soldiers or whatnot. And I drilled a hole into the barrel because it didn't have a port. And the G.I. Joe blast effects fit in there pretty well. Another frag Viper in the back. That Viper just took one to the chest. Got another Viper officer over there. One firing. And this guy is changing his magazine. Yeah, I had another Viper over and the other one doing that. And up top we got, now we see who shot that other Viper. I'm gonna come around to the other side of this. Oh, like so. So we can see what's going on this side. I'll start back up top. Alpine pulling tunnel rat up as he's about to slip off and fall. Come down. Footloose changing his clip. Flint reloading. Got Beachhead and Outback giving him cover fire. And Doc is working on this guy, Fake Duke. I just put the hood head on there since he's clearly been shot. He's going to be screaming. And, whoop, give me just a sec. And then once again, we throw in Grim Viper, giving giving Cobra even more an advantage here. I kind of bumped that guy out of the way as I was standing him up. Here's another wide shot of the whole deal. So yeah. So that is my take on the Grim Viper. Decent figure. Still think it should have been colors a little bit more Cobra, the blue, the black. But like I said, he works good as a forest jungle operative. And in some future scenes, I might just team him up with the Night Viper. A nice little specialty team where each individual has their own specialty, so to speak. So yeah, I hope you guys like the scenes and enjoyed the review on the Grim Viper. I enjoyed doing it for you. And I'm always grateful to hear from my friends, get messages, comments, suggestions, requests, all that kind of stuff. I always love talking to people. You guys know that. Sometimes the trick is getting me to shut up. Yeah, there's that Viper changing his clip. So yeah, let me know what you think, guys. I hope everybody has a good Wednesday, and I will talk to you soon. Stay creative and stay kind. Take care.